Hey man, hey man, you ain't supposed to be in here, man. What you did to them chickens? You in the wrong pod. You got to hit the gate, man. You got to go. You got to go now. I don't know what you are. I don't know if you a chomo or a chicken molester or what, but you got to go now. What up, what up, what up? We are back. Who am I? Jersey Street Corner, and this is the Prison Talk Show, people. So let's get into it. Alright, now today we're gonna talk about the inmate this is the only inmate that I've met, or rather, how should I put it? The weirdest charges, y'all. This inmate had the weirdest charges I've ever heard of in my life. So, do y'all remember Roy Rogers? Well, this inmate, Jarrell, used to work there. And let's just say everyone was at a loss for words when they heard his charges. So, I'm not going to keep y'all waiting. Let's go. Excuse me. Jarrell was the guy in the back of the room of Roy Rogers, preparing and seasoning your meat. Pause. He was the one back there tenderizing them birds, and he was the butcher. Now, Jarrell had a weird vibe to him, like he don't fit in any crowd. He seemed kind of different, like off. Like one of those guys that jumped off the garage roof when they was young because they thought they could fly, but he broke 2 arms and a leg and got to sit in bed all day with a foot up in the air. One of those type of guys. Now, this is prison, and we done seen and heard everything when it comes to charges. But it seems like there are charges for demonic beings such as Jarrell, so horrific, supposedly the judge gave him more time for being so vile. He also made an amendment to the charge. Jarrell was not allowed to be around animals or children. Now, Jarrell wasn't a chomo. His charge had nothing to do with a child. The judge was just so baffled and confused, he just did what he thought was right. Jarrell didn't even assault a person. He would regularly tenderize the chicken. Literally. So think about it. Think about it like this, and I definitely can't drop this location. If you went there and you're still alive today, don't even worry about it. Alright, Jarrell was the chef's assistant. All he did was cut up chicken and vegetables, and occasionally he had to pound out some breast for the cutlets. Now, Jarrell had a different process for selecting the perfect bird. For each order that he prepared. Now, I know y'all say, well, what makes a perfect bird? Well, according to Jarrell, it's not the weight or the color or the smell. It's the whole. I know I said the same thing. What the hell you talking about, man? For the sake of YouTube's guidelines, let's just say Jarrell would bang each one of those birds in the fridge. Ice cold. Dead chickens, y'all. And you want to know what? You want to know what this savage said? If the chicken's asshole was tight, he kept it to play with. But if it was loose, well, those birds ended up as 8 and 12 pieces on some of y'all tables with that extra sauce, y'all. Y'all know the vibes. Let's go. Now, from what I'm told, the reason Jarrell got caught in the first place is because, well, point blank, he was just doing too much. He act like he owned Roy Rogers, like that was his personal cooler, and he could just go in there and bang them birds out whenever he felt like it, and it was okay, and it wasn't. He wasn't the only employee that went in that cooler. So, one day, a female employee went back to the cooler to grab some lettuce. Because they do salads and sandwiches, all that. So she came back there in the cooler to grab some lettuce. And as soon as she opened the door, all she see is Jarrell back there pumping a bird, y'all. I mean, she said her description of it was he ain't had no mercy on the bird. He was pumping the hell out of that bird like it was a real person or something. Now, she said he didn't even notice that she opened the door at first. He kept going. He kept going till he was finished. And you know how on the other side of the bird, the neck and everything is already cut off, the head and all that. So it was another open hole, y'all. And anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Y'all just check out the thumbnail. Yeah, for this part right here, refer to the thumbnail. Because YouTube done had about enough of me and my madness. Now, oh boy. Now this is where it gets diabolical. She screamed as soon as he stopped. She screamed to the top of her lungs. And as soon as she did that, he turned around. Now he got a chicken attached to him, his private part. And he running towards her now with his pants down to his ankles. So he got that stagger run, you know, because he can't run freely because it's like he got handcuffs on his ankles. And he running towards her and he trying to stop her. Hey, wait. He don't want her to go tell nobody. He trying to get to her. Now the chicken done slipped off his private parts. Now he waving it all around at her without even knowing. He running after her. And it's just her description supposedly was crazy. And let's just say they hit him with a mess of charges. Even though those chickens were deceased, they still hit him with sodomy, animal cruelty. They hit him with charges for running after the female naked, indecent exposure, attempted rape, all types of charges they threw at him, and they all stuck, y'all, because the judge looked at Jarrell like a piece of garbage that needed to be taught a lesson. What kind of filth would do something as diabolical as this? So that is how Jarrell ended up in prison, y'all. Now, let's dig deeper into this story because y'all know good and well whatever Jarrell is, he ain't about to fly over an A-pod. Oh, no. Once those charges have been found out, yeah, you on the first thing moving, buddy. Out of this pod, or, hey, man, I don't know what else could happen to you. I ain't got nothing to do with me. So, Jarrell, he has but so many choices at this point. He has to figure out what is he going to do. What's he going to do? Because he's not going to live. He's not going to live in prison with charges like that. Well, let me correct myself. He can live in prison, just not on a regular block. He going to have to head on over to C block. And I think they'd be more than happy to see good old Jarrell hit the block. Because over there, they have a little saying, you get what's coming to you. Do unto others as you would have them do to you. And all of them booty bandits over there believe in that. And once they hear bad charges, yeah, and you can't protect yourself against them, you're not 300 pounds, you're not going to put up a fight, guess what? It's lights out. So, Jarrell hit the pod. Everybody pressed him immediately because he looked weird. Paperwork looked weird. Everybody told him straight up, hit the gate because we don't know what all this means, but we don't like it. It wasn't explaining exactly what he did. Jarrell told everybody what he did, thinking that was going to make things easier for him. And once everybody found out that he was some kind of freak, man, and he lucky he didn't get the brakes beat off of him immediately, being a chicken popper. Now, they moved him on over to C Block, and you already know. You already know, y'all. They did what they famous for. They passed Jarrell around like the hot potato. They put the little person to the side for Jarrell. Fresh meat on the block. He gonna learn today. Now, when I say fresh meat, that mean, oh, Jarrell didn't want it. Jarrell just liked banging chickens out. And he thought there was nothing wrong with that. But he never wanted nothing up in him. Well, I guess a lot of, you never know what's going through some of these inmates' heads, man. You got inmates that's down with PETA. You got inmates that's partial to dogs, cats, whatever. Animals, period. So, yeah, even though it wasn't a living human being or thing, I guess his charges, to them, it warranted what they did to him. They figured if he got locked up for it, it's crazy. You might end up doing that to a little kid or something if you back out there in the free world. So they gave him something to remind him never to come back to prison. So don't go back out there in the free world and do something stupid. They gave him something that he would always remember. And well, I gotta say this, y'all. Rumor has it that after the little hot potato encounter with Jarrell on C Block was locked down for over 3 months. And y'all like, damn, what happened on C Block? Jarrell got it popping? He pushed that blade? Man, hell no. Jarrell was a lost cause. After the first person wore Jarrell out, he'd been done gave up on life. But they won't let him unalive himself, because there ain't no fun if the homies can't get none. That's how it go on C Block. Now, things would happen so quickly in the prison system that at the bat of an eye, you know, something horrific could happen. Something crazy could happen. And like I said, shortly after Jarrell hit C-Pod, there was a breakout of some kind of bird flu or some shit. Yeah. Everybody on that block started testing positive. It was something like the chicken pox, but a little bit worse. Instead of the bumps, they was getting crazy sinus infections and like blowing snot out their nose constantly, and it was just very uncomfortable as far as I could understand. And they had to keep that whole pod locked down for like 3 months. They all had to get antidotes, antibiotics, all of that. And it all came from all of them banging Jarrell. So I guess you could say, well, I don't know. Get in the comment box, y'all. Who y'all think won? Do y'all think Jarrell won because he gave all of them something that they gonna remember for the rest of their life? They actually caught a disease or STD or whatever you want to call it from being ruthless? Or do you think the inmates on C Block won because they took Jarrell's manhood? I want to know what y'all think, y'all. Get in the comment box. Let me know something. Now, the last I heard of Jarrell, and y'all gonna think this is crazy, and it is, but after everyone was treated for that STD, you could call it, and everything was back to normal, everyone went right back into the same pods. So guess what, y'all? From what I was told, they commenced to passing Jarrell around. I mean, they got their shots of penicillin. They was good. They felt better than they ever felt. Now they know they all clean. They just went and got shots. So they start to passing him around even worse than ever. But before they start passing him around, word is they gave him the worst beatdown of his life for getting all of them infected. And I know what y'all thinking, because I'm thinking the same thing. Y'all the ones, y'all the booty bandits. Y'all ain't had to touch that man. Y'all wouldn't have got no chicken flu or whatever the hell it was. But y'all decided to go do what y'all did. And y'all gonna beat him down for it. But, like I always say, prison is not a real place, people. And the things that happen and go on in prison, well, let's just say they're unfathomable. Alright, listen, this was another quick one. Just a little something, something. You know, piece by piece, we're gonna build this house. I'm gonna keep giving y'all these bricks, and y'all gonna have a whole prison right there in your pocket. You're gonna open up YouTube one day and you wanna say, damn, Corner just giving me the bricks to build this prison right here. I got all these goons locked up right here in my head. Yeah, y'all, I got stories for y'all. I done seen some crazy shit. I done heard some crazy shit. And if you want to hear some crazy shit, stay tuned. Keep coming back for more. Thank you for all the support. For everybody that's been rocking out with the channel, I appreciate it. And I do hope that you continue to support. Alright, y'all. With that, this is the Jersey Street Corner Prison Talk Show. I am your boy, Jersey Street Corner, and I'm out.